Let's talk Magped pedals. So, quick story. I always ride flats, always ride race face chesters, Izzy thumps, and Crank Brothers stamp pedals. And I work with a bunch of XC oriented riders, and they all clip in, and they all told me I have to try clipping in. So I caved. I bought some 510 Kestrel BOA shoes, and I purchased some just cheap Time XC more style because that was all available, clipless pedals. Long story short, I liked the feel of clipping in when I got clipped in. I liked feeling connected to the bike. It wasn't really an issue of unclipping that I didn't like. It was more the issue of getting on the pedals, getting clipped in from a stop. When I would ride with all my buddies, they would all clip in real fast, or they'd have flats and they would just take off, and I'm standing there struggling to get my foot clipped in. So being that these are magnetized pedals, all you have to do is put a metal plate in the base of your shoe where your SPD cleat would go, and that metal plate would interact with that magnet on the pedal. I ran a little experiment where I put the pedal flat on my workbench and hovered the shoe with the cleat right over the pedal, and it actually was able to suck the whole entire pedal into the shoe off of the workbench. So pros and cons of these pedals. So definitely one pro is going to be this magnet system. It's so simple to use. You literally just throw that metal plate in your shoe and you just use it like you would flats. You just throw your foot over, step on the pedal, and you're good to go, and it's super easy to get out. You just pull your foot off in any directions. You can pull straight up, you can pull forward, you can pull to the side, which really gives you versatility to get your foot out in sticky situations. But another pro is that magnet is strong enough and it allows you to pull up in the backstroke of your pedaling. So that gives you a little bit more efficiency on climbs, gives you a little bit more efficiency going over obstacles. One thing I did notice comparing to clipless pedals in general, and you could kind of put it down as a con, is you can't pull up the rear wheel strictly from pulling up on the pedals. You have to, what you'd like do with a flat pedal is point your toes down slightly, not as much as you would have to do with flat pedals, but you have to point that toe to engage those pins to give you more adherence to the pedal to pull up that rear wheel. You can't just rely solely on the magnet itself. Another pro is you feel more confident going through chattery sections on the bike. Keeps your feet locked into the pedals a little bit more than just regular flats. You still have to drop your heels. That's just common good technique while going through chattery stuff. But overall, you definitely felt an improvement with that. Cons, and really the only cons I can think of with these pedals would be the pins on these. The pins are super thick and just not grippy enough for my liking. They don't seem to dig into the sole of the shoe as much as I would like. Another thing would be the right and left indicators on these pedals. So another thing would be these right and left indicators on the pedals. Just makes them look cheap, like they are from Amazon or something like that. Overall, if you're someone who is riding flats and wants to try clipping in and has tried clipping in but it's kind of scaring you a little bit, these are a good in-between ground. It gives you some of that feeling of clipping in, but it's not as scary, and just it's simpler. It's easier to get in, get out. I'm definitely looking forward to riding these more and giving you a more long-term review, but right now they're staying on my bike, and I'll definitely probably will keep these in my repertoire forever. So thanks for watching, and let me know what you think of these Magped pedals if you've ever tried them. Sweet, thanks.
Oh! Whoa! Good? Yeah.
Hashtag clipless props.